That's right. Back at it again. Full Custom Hot Dog here doing a movie review. We're going to be talking about the 2020 film Fried Berry, directed by Ryan Kruger, a name you may not know as he hasn't done too much. Tons and tons of music videos, lots of shorts, ancillary content, all kinds of stuff it looks like. But I believe this is his first full-length Fried Berry based on a short he has done prior on the same thing of a man who was, and I'm not sure how similar the initial short is, but that's where this full length comes from. He wanted to do a full length feature of his short film, which got a lot of buzz, and he did it. And it's very interesting, to say the least. What is it about? Well, IMDb says Barry is a drug-addled, abusive bastard who, after yet another bender, is abducted by aliens. Barry takes a back seat as an alien visitor assumes control of his body and takes it for a joyride through Cape Town. What follows is an onslaught of drugs, sex, and violence as our alien tourist enters the weird and wonderful world of humankind. Fried Berry is based upon the short film of the same name, which earned 57 official selections and 12 wins at festivals around the world. So yes, that is basically what it's about. It is set in South Africa, which I like. I don't think we get enough films from out of there. It feels like, at least things that I have seen, I immediately think of things like Chappie and District 9, the Blomkamp stuff. I always like seeing that world because it's so different from ours. And like I said, I don't feel like we see enough of it. So it's kind of cool. And so far, the things I have seen from it make it seem really, really weird. This movie in particular. So yes, it's basically about a junkie, Barry, played by Gary Green, who does a pretty good job. He's not normally an actor, mostly does character work and background stuff, but he does pretty well here. He's pretty fun, and most of the acting is in his face. Because Barry, this junkie, is abducted by aliens, and they stick something in his pee hole. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. In his wiener hole, and he becomes possessed by an alien. And this alien goes goofing off through Cape Town. I shouldn't say goofing off, just starts wandering around through Cape Town, getting into all kinds of weird hijinks and doing a ton of drugs, having rowdy sex, even getting someone pregnant, which is a fun little twist there, going and fighting a child sex trafficker, and it just becomes this just wild ride, especially with the way it's shot. My immediate reaction to this was it felt like something between Quentin Dupieux and The Greasy Strangler. If you don't know who Quentin Dupieux is, he's done things like Rubber, Wrong, I think Wrong Cops is another one. I am not a fan of his work. I do not like his stuff at all, but I still watch it because it's fairly interesting. And it's nice to have, if there's a movie that I don't like, but it's still kind of interesting because it's so different, I still want to watch it anyway. And you might find that in Barry if you have the same outlook towards film. And Greasy Strangler, I mentioned, is just this very absurd slasher comedy, but it's very absurd. It's like a Tim and Eric. And I know I'm saying a lot of things, and a lot of those things are like something, but that's the best way to describe this film because it's very unique. Ryan Kruger set out to make a cult classic. Did he do that? I don't know. It's too early to tell. It's possible. I could see this getting some midnight showings. It's not for everyone, though. This movie feels like an acid trip, a music video. And by the way, the music in this is 10 out of 10. I almost immediately bought the vinyl. And the only reason I didn't is because I don't have a vinyl player. And while it doesn't always stop me, I'm trying to conserve space because of my incredibly expanding Blu-ray collection. But whenever I move into another place and I have enough room for shelves and everything, you can bet there's a good chance vinyl will come into play. I would love to collect vinyl. I think that'd be really cool. But anyways, enough rambling on that topic. The soundtrack here is awesome. And this is just such a wild, goofy ride that you're just there for. And for a lot of people, it's not going to hit because it's just so strange and far out. But I think for the right people, this is your kind of movie. It's worth checking out, I think, regardless, because it's just so neat and unique. And these are the kind of things that make me just appreciate film, period. To have things that come out that are so out of left field and so wacky. that you just didn't see coming, and this fits that bill incredibly. So while I didn't love this movie, I enjoyed watching it. This is a movie that you need to watch properly to get the most out of your experience. Turn the lights off, have it nice and big, set some ambiance, maybe get some, I don't know, those little claw vibrating things that people put on their head or chest, you know, maybe take some, maybe drink or something. I can't endorse drug use or anything, but if I did, this would be a movie I would endorse that for, just because this is just a wild ride. I saw this because Joe Bob Briggs, host of The Last Drive-In on Shudder, picked this as one of his films. Fantastic pick. I notice whenever he picks something, by the way, he tends to piss off what feels like half of the audience, which is bizarre. I feel like you should be kind of rolling with the horror host. If a horror host is picking something for you to watch, that usually means, to me anyway, that they see something redeeming in that film. And with Joe Bob, you know, he likes to get a lot of details, and this one was fun too. So if you have Shudder, that's obviously one way to watch it because it's exclusive to Shudder, and you can either watch it with Joe Bob or without Joe Bob. I always prefer my films with Joe Bob. And on this film, he was very good at not giving spoilers. For some people, they get kind of mad at him when he does some of the other films, as he will talk about spoilers. I don't mind that though. I think I've already seen almost everything he's shown. So I like all those details anyways. Doesn't bother me one bit. But thankfully with Fried Berry, he was very careful with all that stuff, because this is a very fun and unique film at the end of the day. Like it or not, you can't disagree that this is very unique, and I think it's incredibly interesting. So I dug this. I didn't love it, but I'm glad I watched it. Will I watch it again? I think so. I could see myself projecting this somewhere with friends, and either at a party while there's music going, or just, you know, in the dark. I got a few friends over. This actually might be a pretty good group watch with the right people, though. You got to know your audience. But anyways, enough rambling. I hope you guys check this out. I really do. I think this is something that's really neat. But anyways, I'm your host, Full Custom Hot Dog. You can follow me on Twitter. It's Full Custom Hot Dog without the last O, because it's just too long for Twitter. So thank you all for watching, and until next time. If you like what you see,
I love what I see.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications so you can watch whatever comes next. And if you like the music you hear, you can follow me on SoundCloud and Spotify. Check the description for links.